open applications. I'm still stuck on testing. I have been stuck on a step. Like when I create a job application using Factory Bot, but then it doesn't show up when I log in as a company person, or I want to see the applications. The application that was created doesn't show up, so I'm kind of confused on that. So yeah.
Well, maybe we can take a look at that together. Yeah. Anything else going on that you want to tell us about?
No, I just have a question about the ticket about events go live on website one. Like, like, is it really good to have an event go live without a Hangout, or I don't know? I'm just so confused.
Sure. Yeah. No. Let's talk about that. Okay. Great. Yes. Let's draw the line. That's the Scrum, and we can move into the after Scrum. After Scrum time. This let's encrypt stuff. It's actually, this might be relevant for you to read, Nico, because the let's encrypt stuff. Okay. We actually need to use it on any project we want for the HTTPS. It affects pretty much all the projects, particularly the NHS one. Also Met Plus, where I'm supposed to be working on getting it to work there. But yeah, this is a blog post which is kind of an overview of how this all works, and yeah, so that's a useful thing to read and check out. But that's kind of a general background thing. Mariam had the question about, on website 1, we have this issue that she's got a pull request on, and yes. So I think it is a sort of a confusing area. If we look at the, what I wrote here, I'm trying to sort of encapsulate the ambiguity. We've got this, it's if we look at something like, well, this is not going to be live. If we look at the event that we're currently in, which is the Modern Fowler Scrum, and so it used to be the case that when we had the nice Hangout Agile Ventures website integration through the Agile Ventures site, through the sort of the Google Hangouts API, we were able to indicate that an event had gone live via, what's the word? Like someone started the Hangout, right? They would start the Hangout, and we had this connection. It would come back and it would say, yes, the event is live. Now, so that went away. We then adjusted it so that if somebody edits the Hangout link, it will kind of go live. So we can see now there it's live. There's at different times, I forget what the actual functionality is in here now. I think scrums, rather than pair programming sessions, we've got those two types of events, some of them Scrum, some of them pair programming ones. The scrums were set at one point so that they would, independently of whether somebody started them, they would go live and say that they were live. And so you could say that's a problem. You could say the event shouldn't go live if someone hasn't actually started a Hangout. Then again, you could say, well, if people, like for example, the host, like myself, knows that it's going to say it is live, then that puts pressure on the person to, right, this is a regular thing, it's supposed to happen at this time. There's an argument that the whole site, what we're going for here, is to try and enable anyone to start the Hangout. It shouldn't be like it requires a host. Like the kind of is live thing is an indication of that's the time. I mean, yeah, I'm not really convincing myself there. Probably from what I've just said, I sort of come down on the side of, yeah, it probably shouldn't say is live until someone has edited the Hangout link. So.
So if it should be live during the whole duration of the event, even if someone doesn't start the Hangout?
Well, I'm starting to think the opposite of that. I mean, that's the other thing, is that in the past with the Hangout API, we could tell when the Hangout finished. And then we would like take it off live. And now, somebody edits the Hangout link that indicates that it is live, but then we don't know how long it's running. I mean, I'm probably, even if the event is running over, the is live should end. But I think I'm coming down on the side of thinking it shouldn't say it's live unless somebody has explicitly, taken it live.
Okay.
But let's, Nico, does you may be looking at this for the first. Does any of what we're saying make any sense?
Yep, for me. Yep.
And what do you think is the sensible behavior of the site? When does it make sense to? The question is, should an event go live at the time that it's specified to go live, or should it only go live when someone has actually taken it live?
I think that it should be that. Yeah, well, the thing is that if you lose the interaction with the person that it has to post the link, you don't really know if that event is live.
Right.
So you can say that it's live just because the time came.
Right.
Or you can use the user interaction to trigger the action. I think that is more accurate to say that it's live when the user interacts with the application sending the link.
Yeah, I kind of agree with. I have some other thoughts. What do you think now, Mariam?
So from so the current behavior is actually better. Like it's when someone starts the Hangout, then the events go live.
Right. You think at the moment At the moment, it won't go live unless somebody starts it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm asking you. I mean the. I don't recall what the current functionality is.
Yes, it starts when the Hangout has been started.
Right. So it won't say live.
Yes.
If it's within. Right. Yeah. And so you were looking at here, making it so it would be live within the event current. So, and I think
I was.
Yeah. Go on.
I was thinking that maybe if you want like just to make people start the event, maybe we should make it live just for a small amount of time, like at the beginning, and then say that nobody it's not live when nobody starts it.
Yeah, I was thinking actually I like that idea, and I was thinking I might tweak it slightly. Would it be sensible for it to have two different messages? So one would be like this would happen, at the time, and then but if not started, we would have a message and it would say it's time for the event, and we could even have say a please start. Although it can be confusing. I don't know. Please start. And then, when someone starts, it would say the event is live.
Yes.
Is probably easier easier for people to make sense of that. Yeah.
Yes. It's more. It's less confusing. Yes.
Yeah, it makes it, and yeah. I mean, I guess there's always ambiguity about what live means, but this is it's clear, right? It's like it's time, but it hasn't started yet. Okay, it's it's happening. And then the link is there, and you can join, and then click to join. I mean
Yes.
So go on.
I think it's good. Yes.
Yeah. So that's you feel free to reinterpret that if you want to carry on working on that. I mean, the thing where I want to get to the funny thing about the Hangouts is, great though they are in some ways, it sort of requires someone to take the lead on them, which is a little bit unfortunate, because what we want is not to be here's a leader. We're trying to be a distributed, decentralized group, and we've got the Ditsies have a much it's so similar. There's just a URL that you go to and it just works, right? It's not like one person has to start it.
Yeah.
And we did start using these. The problem is on this meet.jitsi one, it's like a shared server, and so sometimes it doesn't work so well. But we have set up jitsi-adventures.org. I don't know if it's still working. Yeah, so we could be doing things like having we had like in the future, to join the Kent Beck Scrum or the Martin Fowler Scrum, you would just go to this URL. So there would be in that case, obviously we're not the thing that we're missing here is that this doesn't support screen share at the moment, which is kind of where we really need. So if we could make sure that the screen share works on this, and also the recording of there's also setting up for making it able to stream the video to YouTube. But so if we can get there, and so Nick I've been working on this with Sigu. Nick's expressed an interest in working on it. Then if we get to that point, then basically there's no such thing as the event going live. Like it basically becomes, when it's time, the event goes live. Anybody who's just there, they just go to the link. We don't have to wait for someone to start a Hangout. I mean, then in that case, the event live, that might mean that the event was recording, that it had properly started. So if we move, so this is Hangouts. Sorry, you may or may not be interested in this extended stuff, but it's where I would love to take system, because I feel like the Hangouts is still, it ends up being a bit of a block, yeah, and then it would just be there would be so this would be, and then click to, because like this would be a situation here where it wouldn't require any host. I mean, for people to join, and people could hang out in advance or whatever, and then this would be like when somebody starts recording, then you get this. Does that all make sense?
Yes, I think it's better because like even if someone wants to start the Hangout, but like it wouldn't feel burdensome somehow. Like
right. It's just the URL. You just go there. You're just in it. It's yeah. So anyway, if anybody's interested in working on that, I'm all We'll anyway, we'll have the website one meeting later on today where we can maybe talk about that more.
Is there a ticket for this, or like?
Well, I think I guess if we look at the waffle board, we've got
something there.
And the thing with this is it doesn't really require. I mean, there's a ticket. It's like there would be changes needed to the website one site, but it's all academic until we have ensured that we've got, so that Jitsi that I was there, jitsi.adventures.org, is on an Azure box that we control. But so yeah, we've got this ticket here. So this is what Sigur and myself. So yeah, so you see here we've got these links to, these are the steps we need for screen sharing and so on. So it's a kind of a DevOps thing to get involved. But yeah, I mean, Marian, you could book a pairing session with me, and I could take you through getting set up with that one time, if you were interested in working on that side of it.
Okay. Yes.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, and I think we've kind of done our Scrum. Sorry to hear that you're stuck on that Met Plus ticket, Mariam. Do share that in the Met Plus. I know Zhao's going to be around this week. I also, if you post links to